Hello everyone, I am Anjana Dikshit, and in this video series, we cover project management pre-read material, which is meant for those who are taking project management courses. The topics that we will be covering in today's video are introduction about the project management PMBOK guide, overview and purpose of the guide, and foundational elements relating to what is a project, the importance of a project management, and relationship of project, program, portfolio, and operations management. So the PMBOK guide is not a methodology. It is a subset of project management good practices. It's also not a framework. Therefore, it's a foundation upon which organizations can build methodologies, policies, procedures, and tools needed for project management. The guide provides a common, consistent vocabulary to be used by project managers and their stakeholders. The PMBOK guide describes the project management processes, tools, techniques to manage a project towards a successful outcome. The guide is developed and evolved based on the project management common standards and best practices. A code of ethics and professional conduct is also part of the PMBOK guide, and it includes standards and mandatory standards that PMI members, PMPs, and volunteers should accept, adopt, and conduct themselves in accordance with these standards. Otherwise, they will be subject to disciplinary procedures. So let's see what's a project. A project is a temporary endeavor undertaken to create a unique product, service, or result. The main characters of a project are temporary. It is temporary, it has a defined beginning and end. A project is unique. The product or service is different in some way from all similar products or services. A project has progressive elaboration of the plan. So more and more detailing happens as the project progresses. Project drives change in organizations to move from one state to a better state. And it is meant to achieve an organization's strategic plan, and the outcomes would be a product or a service or an improvement or a result. Therefore, every project should enable business value creation. So, how are projects initiated? Typically, they are a response to 4 factors. It could be legal and social requirements. It could be about satisfying stakeholders' requests or needs. There could be changes in technology or business strategies, and create, improve, or fix products, procedures, or services. So, next we'll look at what is project management. Project management is the application of knowledge, skills, tools, and techniques to project activities to meet the project requirements. So, managing projects includes general business management, which is about consistently producing results expected by stakeholders. It's about leading establishing direction, aligning the resources, motivating the team, communicating clearly, unambiguously, and completely. It includes negotiation, conferring with the others to reach an agreement. It includes problem solving, which is about definition and decision making. Projects distinguish causes and symptoms. They identify viable solutions. Project management is about influencing the organization, understanding the power and politics. It's about requirements identifications and defining clear and achievable objectives. It's about balancing the competing demands like scope, time, cost, quality, and risks. And also, project management is about adapting the specifications, the plans, and approach to the different concerns and expectations of various stakeholders. Now let's look at program and project management. A program management. A program is a group of related projects which are managed in a coordinated way to obtain benefits and control which is not available from managing them individually. So program management is the centralized, coordinated management of a group of projects to achieve the program's strategic objectives and benefits. Note that program focuses on interdependencies between the component projects. Now let's look at portfolio and portfolio management. What is a portfolio? It's a collection of projects and or programs and other work that is grouped together to facilitate effective management of that work to meet strategic business objectives. And portfolio management is the centralized management of one or more portfolios, which includes identifying, prioritizing, authorizing, managing, and controlling projects, programs, and other related work. It's aligned and consistent with organization strategy. Portfolio management prioritizes resource allocations between programs and projects. So, here let us look at how projects are aligned with strategic planning. Projects are often utilized as a means of achieving an organization's strategic plan. And they are typically authorized as a result of one or more of the strategic considerations of the organization. And sub-projects are basically projects which are divided into more manageable components or sub-projects, as we call it. The below chart, as you see, illustrates a typical portfolio, which is comprised of a program A, a program B, a project C, and another portfolio within it. Now, program A is comprised of a program D and a project D. And program B is comprised of two projects, that is project A and project B. So let us now look at what are the main differences between portfolio, program, and project. So look at their definition. Project is unique, temporary, creates unique outputs. Program is group of related projects, programs, and they work in harmony and coordination as it is better than managing them individually. And a portfolio is collection of programs, portfolios, and projects grouped together to achieve the strategic objectives of the organization. Now, if we look at scope, project is defined by objectives. Program encompasses the scope of its program components, and portfolio encompasses organizational scope. If we look at change, in a project, change is controlled and managed for the benefit of the project. In a program, it is controlled and managed for the benefit of the program component outcomes. And in a portfolio, it is controlled and managed in the broader internal and external environments. From a planning perspective, project managers plan through the project life cycle. Program managers use high-level plans and track dependencies between program components. And portfolio managers create and maintain necessary processes and communications. From a management perspective, project managers manage the project team. Program managers are coordinating the activities of the program components, and portfolio managers coordinate the activities of the portfolio components. From a monitoring perspective, project managers monitor and control the project to meet the scope, and program managers monitor the progress of the components to ensure that all program desired benefits were met. And a portfolio manager monitors the strategic changes. From a success perspective, success in a project is measured by meeting the scope, budget, timeline, and quality. In a program, it is measured by the ability to provide the desired benefits to the organization. And in a portfolio, it is measured in aggregate investment performance. So the bottom line, as you can see, in a program and project, it is about doing things right. In a portfolio, it's about do the right program or project. Now let's look at operations management. Operations management focuses on ongoing production, and it is outside the scope of the project management. Operations management is responsible for overseeing, directing, and controlling business operations. Operations evolve to support day-to-day business and are necessary to achieve strategic and tactical goals of the business. Ongoing operations are therefore out of the scope of a project. However, there are intersecting points where the two areas cross. These could be such as at each closeout phase. It could be when developing a new project, while improving operations, or until the end of the product life cycle. Therefore, it is important for the project manager to include the operational stakeholders in all work and endeavors. And the operational stakeholders should be engaged and their needs identified as part of the stakeholders register, and their influence should be addressed as part of the risk management plan. So with this, we come to the end of this video. In the next video, we would look at the components of the PMBOK guide, project tailoring, and project management business documents.